Hi guys, thanks for joining us again on the channel. So there's a reason I haven't talked about this one until now. It's not because I didn't want to talk about it, but because I needed to get it right. And now the wait's over. But before we get into that, don't forget to check this exclusive discount for it. You can find the link in both the video description and the top comment below. Now let's not waste any more time and jump right into the details. So, this electric bike is the first one I have ever owned, and I picked it mainly because of the price and how light it is when you carry it around. I wanted something I could tuck into the trunk of a car, and this model seemed to fit that bill. A video review by Scott Hardesty helped me decide, which is funny because I went into it assuming I would not know much about any of this stuff. Unboxing and assembly were a mixed bag. The packing was solid, and it arrived with everything mostly in one piece. Though there were a lot of zip ties to cut through, the biggest hurdles were getting the front wheel on and dialing in the front disc brake calipers. I had never worked with a disc brake before, and the calibration felt a little fiddly. The manual does not really walk you through caliper adjustment, so I ended up tweaking things until the rotor stopped rubbing. It was doable on my own, but having a second pair of hands would have helped. In person, this electric bike is bigger than I expected. The 220-inch wheel diameter is not something you notice at a glance, but the color display on the cockpit is a nice upgrade compared to older models, and it stays readable in bright daylight. A neat detail is that the brake light comes on even if the headlight is off, which is a small safety win. It feels peppy off the line, especially with pedal assist on, and you can tell there is some torque behind it even on the lower assist settings. One area that stands out is the folding and portability. It folds down more compact than I thought, but it takes a bit of dexterity to get it right. It is fairly light for a bike with this kind of build, but there is a learning curve and you will probably scratch it a bit while folding. I wish there were a locking mechanism to keep it folded, because it can shift if you're not careful. Here's where I ran into a recurring gripe I cannot ignore: the wheel size setting in the display menu. Some reviewers warned about this, and in my experience the speedometer and odometer were off because the system thinks the wheel is larger than it is. Gotrax told me the data cannot be changed on the newer color display, which is frustrating, and I'm not completely sold on their explanation about why this cannot be adjusted. It makes the numbers feel a little unreliable when you're trying to estimate range and speed. A+ is the battery. It is removable and there are 2 keys for it, plus a charger that includes a voltage regulator. You can charge the battery on the bike or out of it, which is convenient for a quick top-up. The bike has no front suspension, but the seat has a bit of give, which softens some bumps on pavement. The ride quality is decent on paved roads, and the single gear means you will feel the workout when you push through hills, especially if you turn pedal assist off. In short, this electric bike offers solid value for money if you want something you can haul around easily and park in tight spots. It is not perfect, especially with the wheel size data issue and the manual that could use more clarity, but the overall experience is positive enough that I would recommend it to a budget-minded buyer who wants a practical, trunk-friendly ride. That's it for today's video. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.